Alright, and hello everyone, it is me, Jay Burns, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you all how to make this bracelet right here. This bracelet it's kind of my original design, but it's more like an original pattern, and this little design here is the X marks the spot bracelet design. And so pretty much what it is it's a triple single that looks kind of like a little treasure map. And, well, I'll be showing you how to make it on a loom. So, to make this bracelet, you'll need just pretty much any loom board, as long as that loom has 3 rows of pins and 13 pins in each row. If you have more than 13 pins, this design will still fit on your loom. Anyway, you'll also need a hook, and you will also need a clip, and any clip for rubber band bracelets should work. I'll be just using the C-clip. Then obviously you'll need bands, and there are 4 groups. The first group is the A group, and they are the background rubber bands, so they're just the majority of the design here, and they're the white bands that you see here on the design. I would recommend using either white or clear so that you can kind of see the X a little bit better. But you can see it just fine with white if you don't have any clear bands, and I'll be using white in this tutorial. Besides, you don't really want a clear map. But anyway, the B rubber bands are going to be the dot bands, and basically they're just kind of like representing the path, or the little dotted line you would see on a little generic treasure map. Then, the third group here, these are going to be your X bands, and you only need 2 of them, and basically they're just going to be the X on the bracelet. This last group, they are the connector bands, and they are what connect the 3 rows of the bracelet together. Oh. And
so you don't want to go.
Sorry about that, my mom just came in. Anyway, those are the bracelets, or those are the bands that connect 3 rows together, make it a bracelet, and yeah. So pretty much, it's a nice little decorated triple single. Congrats to the creator of the triple single, and yeah, so in the description I'll have the number of each group of band you'll need to make this right here without an extension, and just use the pause button so that you can get the supplies you'll need, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. Alright, anyway, so to begin, you'll want the arrow on your loom pointing away, or the open ends of your pins facing away. And so, making this bracelet is just like making a triple single. We're going to start by making the left side here. So we'll start by getting an A color band, or I'm sorry, a background band, placing it going from that first middle pin to the first left pin, and now we'll start placing bands going up the left side. So here on the left side, we're going to place 5 background bands. Then, we're going to place a dot rubber band. Then, we're going to place 3 background bands after that. And then, we're going to get one last dot band for this side. Place it. And then we're going to get a background band, place it from this third to the last left pin to the second to the last left pin, or in other words, the 11th and 12th left pins here. And then we'll get one more background band, and we'll place it going inwards from this 13th, or I'm sorry, this 12th left pin to this 13th middle pin, like so. If you have a few more pins here in the back, so maybe you have 14 pins in each pin bar, or each row, then you'll just have some extra pins back here that won't have bands on them. Alright, now we're going to place the bands we need for the middle. So, it's really easy doing the middle. Don't even have to go out to the side. Just gotta start here on this first middle pin and place your A color band going up. Just one. Then we're going to place 4, or actually 3 more background bands. Yep. So we should have a total of 4 background bands here in the middle. Then we'll get a dot band, place it. Then we'll get a background band, place it next. And we're just going to place a little pattern of dot bands and background bands going all the way up this middle row. So we'll get a dot band, place it next, background band, after that, dot band, background band, dot band, and then the last band you'll place in the middle will be a background band. Alright, now we're going to return to the beginning of our loom again, and we're going to go ahead and place the bands for the right side. So, yeah. Okay, so for the right, we're going to take a background band and place it going from this first middle pin to this first right pin. Then, we're going to place 3 background bands here on the right. Then, we're going to take a dot band and place it. Goodness. Anyway, then we're going to place 3 more background bands after that. And after those 3 background bands, we're going to place a dot band. Then we're going to place 3 more background bands. And basically what you'll end up doing here is, so now we're here with our last middle pin, or the last middle pin with bands on it if you have a little bit of a longer loom. And so basically we're at the place where we need to take a band and place it going inwards to the middle, and that band you'll place inwards to the middle will be a dot band. So, there we go. Once you've done that, now we're going to place our X bands. So go ahead and get your 2 X bands. Use the pause button if you need to. And so our first X band is going to be placed on the second middle pin and the third left pin. Then we're going to get our second X band and we're going to place it going from this second left pin to this fourth middle pin. So as you can see here, the bands don't have to be stretched very far. And yep, that's correct right there. And once you have that right there, we're going to go ahead and add the connector bands. Alright, so the connector bands, just like a regular triple single, you'll place these just like this is a regular triple single. So your first connector band will go across the second left, middle, and right pins. your next connector band will just go on the third pins there. And depending on the way your pins are configured, so if you're in the staggered configuration where the pins are aren't actually in a straight line, then you'll end up with upside down diamond shape or upside down triangle shapes. Derp. And if you have the pins so that they're all in a straight line, they're all right next to each other, then you'll just end up with a straight line when you place the band. So yeah, just go ahead and add all your connector bands. It's very easy to add them and place them. And basically your last connector band will go here on the third to the last left, middle, and right pins, or in other words, the 11th left, middle, and right pins. So pretty much the end of where your bracelet should be should look something like that. And I'll go ahead and show you what your loom should look like now. So here is the beginning of your loom when you have the arrow pointing away. So this side is the left, and this side on the bottom is the right side. Alright, and so now we have placed pretty much all the bands we need for the design, except for the cap band, which we'll be placing next. So, what we need to do is turn our looms around so that the arrow is now pointing towards us. Or, in other words, the open end, or the open side of the pins, where you would take your hook for looming, that side should be facing towards you now. Now we're going to go ahead and deal with this band here, which will be our cap band. And yeah, so to make this band into a cap band, we're going to turn it, or we're going to take it and, we're going to twist it into an 8 or an infinity shape, and then we'll kind of fold it back on top of itself, kind of like a book. And now we have our little cap band here. So now we're going to take our cap band and put it on this first middle pin with rubber bands on it. And then we're going to take our hook and we're going to go ahead and start looming. Now, looming is the exact same as looming a triple single, except for when you get up here to where you have the X, all you have to do up there is pull back any top bands and grab the bottom band. So it's just like looming a triple single, except for where you get to the X, you just have a few extra bands to pull back. So you start here at the cap band, grab that top band underneath, it goes out to the left, so that's where you loom it. So you just loom up here on the left side, pull back top band, grab the bottom band, and forwards. It's very easy, just like making a single chain. And just like when you're looming a triple single, when you get to the end of either the left or right side, you have to grab just that bottom band and loom it into the middle. Then, you return to the beginning of your loom and loom up the next row. So, in my case, it's the middle. It should be the middle for you as well. And in the middle, if you have the staggered configuration, you don't have to pull back any bands, because there's just no, because the connector band's not right behind the pin. So you can just go in, grab that bottom band, loom it forwards. And the only time you have to pull back a band here in the middle, if you have the staggered configuration, is when you get here to the X. So make sure you pull back that X band and grab that bottom band, loom it forwards. And that's all there is to it. So here in the middle, you just gotta loom that last band here to this last middle pin, and then we can return to the beginning of our loom, and now all I have to do is the right side of the bracelet. So I'll go ahead and do that, and just use the pause button if you need to. Sorry about the sniffling. Anyway, so once you finish looming, just make sure all the bands have been loomed and you didn't skip anything or nothing's weird other than that X right there. And yeah, now what we're going to do is we're going to take this bracelet off of our loom. So to do this, we're going to have the arrows on our loom still pointing towards us, open ends of the pins still facing towards us. We're going to use our hook and just pull the bands, starting here at the cap band, off each pin of our loom. And we're just going to work our way up our loom until we get to this last middle pin here with rubber bands on it. Or actually just this last middle pin. So don't take any bands, don't take these bands off here. Keep them on. You'll need them. And we'll just pull all these other bands off. Alright, so now you should have your bracelet. And that band looks a little bit twisted. Oh, never mind. You can do a little bit of adjusting. But anyway, right now we need to deal with these bands here. So, we're going to go ahead and get a background band or whatever color you want to use for your extension. You can use dot colors or whatever you want. And you're going to take your hook, going down into this last middle pin, and make sure you catch every band that is on that pin on your hook. Then you'll get your band, you'll put it on the hook, pull your hook up through, put the other end of this new band onto your hook, and then pull that stuff off. And now you don't need your loom anymore. And you have your bracelet here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to add an extension to your bracelet without using your loom. So just using your hook, and it's very easy. All you have to do is just get some bands, whatever color you want to use for your extension, and then also have your clip nearby. Is. And yeah, so here's how you do it. You take a rubber band and you put it on the hook part of your hook like so. Then we're going to take this right here, so these two little loops, or this one band that's on our hook already, and we're going to slide it onto the new band. Once it's on there, you're going to put the other end of the new band onto your hook like so, and now you've added one little link to your little extension here. So again, you're going to take another band, put it on the hook part of your hook like so, slide what's already on your hook onto the new band, and once it's on the new band, you can put the other end of the new band onto your hook as well. And you'll just repeat that over and over until your bracelet or your extension is long enough so that your bracelet will fit around your wrist. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep doing that. Use the pause button if you need more time. Right, there we go. So I finished my extension. Use the pause button if you need more time. But what we're going to do now is we're going to take our clip and we're going to attach it to this band here on our hook, like so. Then we're going to go ahead and take our hook out and attach this clip to the other end of our bracelet, which should be this cap band here. So take your clip, put it on the cap band, do a little bit of adjusting to the X, and here we go. Now we have our bracelet. So now you can go ahead and put it on. And bam! So, as you can see here, I am now wearing my X marks the spot bracelet, and now it's time for the outro. So I would like to thank you for watching my tutorial. Hopefully it showed you how to make this X marks the spot bracelet successfully. Hopefully now you have one. I think it's kind of a cool little design here. And yeah, that's actually pretty much all I have to say for this tutorial. Other than thanks for watching, and bye!